Hey y'all, come on into the room. Come on in, we getting started. This ain't, I know it's Black History Month, but this ain't CPT time, okay? We are getting started on time. It is 7 p.m., y'all. Enter. Come on in. How is everybody doing? I'm just gonna, play some music to set the mood, okay? I'm setting the mood. Let's see. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. Happy early Valentine's Day. We are live, y'all. Enter the room. I'm just finding some music, to get us started. Hey everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I'm setting the mood. I'm finding the music. We getting the vibes going. The only thing that I'm missing is candles. I'm missing candles and a glass of wine right now. But come on in, everyone. Join the room. I'm getting everything set up. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to Women in Words.
It ain't squeaky clean, Sometimes we all got to swim upstream. You ain't no saint, we all a sinner. But you could put down, make so winner. I respect that, man, you're so fat. And you're all like plus supreme. Then you're humble, man, I'm going feeling. I can feel everything. Let's take a long walk around the bar. After dark, find a spot, us to spark conversation, verbal relations, stimulation, share our situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we can talk about revelation. 317. Or maybe we can see a movie, or maybe we can see a play on Saturday. Maybe we can poetry and hear the breeze and listen to a symphony. Or maybe telling us maybe we can take a chance and listen to the beat. So maybe
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Women in Words. We are getting started. I got the vibes going. How was everyone's Friday? TGIF. How was your Friday? Good. Let me know in the comment section below. We're just getting started, everyone. Enjoy the tunes for the next few minutes or so while everyone enters. Hi everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to Women in Words. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for joining. We are just enjoying the tunes and then we're going to get started in a few minutes or so here, okay? Thank you, sis. You feeling the music? Thank you, Rosie. Ready for some poetry? We're always ready for poetry. Always ready for poetry. Thank you guys so much for joining. We're going to get started in another minute or so here.
Brown sugar bag.
Y'all don't want me to start singing, do y'all? Okay. Let's go ahead and get started, everyone. How is everybody doing? Hi, Marcel, you are deeply missed. Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. I'm super duper excited to present to you Women in Words. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Tiff. Is that you? Thank you for joining, Tiff. I love you, sis. Hi, Celeste. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to Women in Words 2021. This is a poetry showcase to celebrate the voices of Black women, right? As if we needed an event to celebrate Black women, we need to be celebrating Black women's voices every single day. But I thought it beautiful, and I thought it just amazing to get together with Valentine's Day coming around the corner and us in Black History Month to just convene, right? To fellowship and celebrate some Black women friends of mine, some dope poets that I have been humbled enough to come into contact with. And I'm just super excited for you all to hear them this evening. I have some notes, so let me get through my notes, and then we are going to jump in and welcome some women into the IG Live. Let me actually, how about this? Let me start with a poem, right? Because that's why we're here. We're here for poetry. So let me start with a poem. This poem is called My Voice, and I hope you all enjoy. My voice is just as urgent in this world as yours, just as capable of its utterance, as worthy of fluctuations, of praise, of recitation. My voice is just as loud and just as necessary as. Come on, Cynthia, say it just the way you wrote it, unafraid. Voices in my head. It is with voice that you hear me. It is with voice that I am here because the truth just sounds different. My voice, it is woman and frustration and the curl of my lips. My voice is 1,000 songs echoing from under my ancestors' feet. They stomp, they raise, it raises. Influence the back row, the front row will love you. Think about the front row, the back row will forget you. You're just as good as everyone else. You woman of backbone made of foil, hair of rope, of body and of fragments, of the mistakenings of your fragments for being the only opening to you. You crack sometimes and spill yourself and bleed, but only light escapes. You love the hate out of people. You be capable. You be qualified. You are worthy. You have power. You woman of many talents. You withstand. You recite over and over until they believe the things you say. Like the fact that you are beautiful. You convince yourself. You be convincing, girl. There are many other openings to you. Don't they see you? Woman of hiding, of allowance, of the allowing of people to crawl themselves inside of you and leave behind all of their still energies, and still you are hidden treasure, the keeper of glitter. You woman of 2 Timothy, you woman of hiding. You remember heartbreak. That winter, you wore all black like you were in mourning. You didn't know you had to ask for someone to rescue you. You thought they could see your arms flailing, but you see God is masterful at hiding things. You thought you'd be rotten, but he be hiding all of his treasures inside of you. What will you be, Cynthia? Who will you be? Pick a side. Stop rocking back and forth. Pick a side. Pick a side. Love yourself enough to fill the hole he made when he tried to break you, when he tried to make a Delilah out of you, and the emptiness of you came pouring out hollow, and you thought you'd be dissolving, but you'll be absorbing. You expand and stretch and change, especially when everything else stays the same. Free yourself. Find yourself, Cynthia. Find your voice. Speak. Articulate like there are 1,000 debts awaiting you. And death doesn't come like a thief in the night. It comes in the things we say and the things we write. It's in the things we hear and the things we recite. It's a lulling whisper, can't you hear it? Just above the wailing and the gnashing of teeth, can't you hear it? It's uncanny and exposed and delightful all at the same time. It sounds like a fistful of violins giving birth to music. Can't you hear it? Search the history books and overturn the grain on the pages, because nothing that was ever truly beautiful ask for attention. You, woman of 2 Timothy, find your voice. Find your voice. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I'm seeing some comments go up. Thank you guys so much for entering this space. Hey to everybody who is new, who is entering the space, please make yourself comfortable. Welcome to Women in Words 2021. We are excited to be here today. I just performed a piece titled My Voice. And that was a piece that I wrote several years ago. Swore to myself I would never perform it in front of a virtual room full of people like yourselves. And here I am doing it. It is the piece that to this day, I find that most people relate to it a lot. And so thank you guys so much for joining, for listening, for all the love in the comments. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. We are at Women in Words, y'all. Okay. 2021. We're celebrating Black History Month. We are celebrating Valentine's Day. That's right around the corner. So I mustered up the courage, you guys. And this is very true. I mustered up the courage to ask some beautiful women, sister, friend, poets of mine to join me in this virtual room. Thank you so much, Leslie, to join me in this virtual room so that we can perform poems, y'all. That is my love language. I don't know about y'all, but poetry is how I express love to myself, to others, to understand the world a little bit more. So thank y'all so much for joining me. I hope you are excited to hear these women poets as well. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Cynthia Moa. I'm a Ghanaian American spoken word poet, an educator. The educator title is recent. I've been teaching just the coolest young people in the past year or two. And so I'm super duper excited to be an artist who's humbled enough to curate events as well, in addition to the education side of things. And I thought, that Women in Words might be cool for us to do. The first edition for Women in Words happened in 2018. It was the first event that I had ever before curated. I was super nervous, especially to ask other women to join me. And I found that when I put the event on, I was met with nothing but love, with support. And so I'm super duper excited to just keep the energy flowing, to keep the love going. Thank y'all so much for joining, for hopping in really quick. So we are going to be celebrating Black women's voices this evening. I see a lot of the Black women who are joining the stage with me already in this chat. I cannot wait until you all meet them and until you are introduced to their work. I think that they're incredibly beautiful, each and every one of them in their own right. They are forging their own paths. I think another beautiful thing is that my relationship and my connection to these women are all in different walks of life. There's a poet on the lineup who I just met. There's a poet on the lineup who I've known for years. There's a poet on the lineup who I'd love to get to know more, right? And so I have different relationships with these women, and I'm just so excited that you all are here to listen to their work a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and perform one more piece. Actually, two more, one more. Do y'all want one more poem or two more poems? I don't know. Let's do, what time is it? Okay, it's 7:15. So let's do one more piece so that we can bring the next poet up to the stage. All right, so I figured since we are celebrating Black women, that I would perform a piece by an amazing Black women writer, poet who inspires me. Y'all, we don't have time. I think I can only do one. I think I can only do one more because it's 7:15 right now. So I want to make sure we're on time, y'all. I want to make sure I'm on time. I'm watching the clock. Thank you, Denise. Okay, so I thought I'd perform one of the pieces that I really do hold dear to my heart by a Black woman writer by the name of Audrey Lord. Have y'all ever heard of Audrey Lord? Everyone has, right? Audrey Lord is amazing, was amazing. And this piece is entitled A Litany for Survival. So I thought it'd be an awesome piece to perform for you all before introducing the next poet. A Litany for Survival by Audrey Lord. For those of us who live at the shoreline, standing upon the constant edges of decision, crucial and lone. For those of us who cannot indulge the passing dreams of choice, who love in doorways coming and going, in the hours between dawns, looking inward and outward at once, before and after, seeking a now that can breed futures, like bread in our children's mouths, so their dreams will not reflect the death of ours. For those of us who were imprinted with fear, like a faint line in the center of our foreheads, learning to be afraid with our mother's milk, for by this weapon, this illusion of some safety to be found, the heavy-footed hope to silence us. For all of us, this instant and this triumph, we were never meant to survive. And when the sun rises, we are afraid it might not remain. When the sun sets, we are afraid it might not rise in the morning. When our stomachs are full, we are afraid of indigestion. When our stomachs are empty, we are afraid we may never eat again. When we are loved, we are afraid love will vanish. When we are alone, we are afraid love will never return. And when we speak, we are afraid our words will not be heard nor welcomed. But when we are silent, we are still afraid. So it is better to speak, remembering we were never meant to survive. Thank y'all so much. That was a litany for survival by the great Audrey Lord. I thought it beautiful to open with this piece before the next poet comes up to the virtual stage, because for me, poetry and writing is survival. I'm incredibly blessed, incredibly honored to be walking in the space of an artist with my life. This is what I do with my life. And so I'm just incredibly grateful to be here with you all, to welcome the next poet to the stage. The next poet is a beautiful sister friend of mine by the name of Stephanie Moa. I originally met Stephanie at the first Women in Words poetry event in 2018. Stephanie is originally from the UK. And when I hit her up, she was like, who's this crazy girl? Like, hit me up. And trying to, curate this event. But she was so open and so welcome to me, even though she had no idea who I was. Stephanie, I love you. Thank you so, so much for welcoming me in that way, for being a part of the first Women in Words, for being a part of the second Women in Words. Stephanie is originally based in Ghana as well. And it's about, I think, midnight there right now. So shout out to Stephanie for joining us. I'm going to read a quick little bio and then I'm going to request that she join. Stephanie Moa is a dynamic artist in many ways, a poet, a writer, and a creative who started her journey in 2011. At the age of 16, she discovered her passion for writing and enjoyed creating poems to encourage and inspire individuals to pursue their dreams and aspirations. In 2012, she decided to take her words to the stage and started performing at motivational talks and events. An activist in her own right, Stephanie's political pieces highlight the importance of self-discovery as well as embracing change. So I'm going to request, hopefully, Stephanie, you are in here. I'm going to request that you join us. Give me 1 second. Let me find you. There you go. You are welcome to the stage, my sis. It says waiting for Stephanie.
Hey.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, sis. How are you?
Good. I'm excited that you are joining us. What time is it there right now? What time is it in Ghana right now?
Like 12:20 a.m.
What?
Yeah.
What? Y'all, can y'all just drop some like clapping hands emoji or like praise hands emoji, praying emojis for Stephanie, please, in the comment section, because it's super late, Steph, and you're joining us. I'm so excited that you are here. I cannot be more grateful for you. And I decided to, pick a quote for every poet that graces the stage. So I picked a quote for you by a Black woman writer, and I'm going to read it really quickly. And then the floor is yours. This is a quote that I believe embodies who you are as well as your work. The quote is, "The ability of writers to imagine what is not the self, to familiarize the strange and mystify the familiar, is the test of their power." And that is by Toni Morrison. So walk in your power, sis. Spit some power for us, please.
Powerful. Cool. Wow. I'm gonna share a beautiful piece. This is one of my first poems I ever wrote, and it's titled "Life is Like a Poem." I hope you all enjoy. In my element of freedom, my heart seeks. My passion speaks. This is my love. I feel free.
Come on.
You see the words expressed, they flow peacefully. No limits, no locks, no boundaries. Believe, I hold, I mold the wisdom inside that leaps to reach, to teach. Yes, patience symbolizes the powerful key that holds me to be. My destiny will grow and I will flow. I take the chance to enhance the real me, the floetic poet, guided by the Most High. Life was like a poem. We express day to day, get caught up in situations where we seem to have no hope. We feel like we can't cope. Is this life? Look in the mirror, symbolizing the power, self-knowledge, get a grip, don't let your soul rip. Yet, negative thoughts riding through your mind, making you feel blind, you can't see the positive kind. Bear in mind, positivity strikes. Faith, take control within, let yourself win, embrace, don't conform sins. Life is like a poem. You can't see what's coming. Blessings, determination, stand strong through your darkness nights. Create the perfect sight that will guide you day and night. Be the light and shine bright.
Come on.
Ignite, take hold of your future, fulfill your dreams, achieve your goals. Be the person you've always wanted to be.
Come on.
Life is like a poem. Close your eyes, listen to the beautiful, bold voice within you. Begin to achieve.
Come on, sis. Come on. Yes. Yes. Do you have another piece for us?
I do have another piece. This piece is titled Be Yourself. And the passion behind this poem was just, at a point, I remember growing up, I used to just write in my diary. That was my outlet, my way to pour out. And I remember I'll be in my room pretending I'm performing, and my mom will be next door to Stephanie. Why you cry? Why are you always pretending you're performing? And when you step outside, you're quiet. Nobody knows the gifts inside of you. Nobody knows your passion. You can't keep it to yourself.
Wow.
And it was like a wake-up call. It was a bulb, that switch just came on. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to hold back. But it's about being myself. When I'm able to just be myself, people are able to know me more. And that was it. That's how the poem was birthed.
Yes,
so here it is. Be yourself.
We ready.
Be yourself. Be free.
Yeah.
Be yourself is the key. Clearly see loving who you are is acknowledging who you're going to be. Never hold back with fear, but move forward with faith. Simply be free. Express, feel free. Mistakes take place. It doesn't mean it's the end of the race. Pick up your pace, embrace. Retrace, remember patience is the key. Smile up, live life, feel free. Fulfill your dreams, discover your key. Distractions, temptations emerging. I believe strength is the key.
Yeah.
Take control and be free. Be yourself, just be free. When I say be yourself, say be free. Be yourself.
Okay. Be free.
Be yourself.
Be free.
Be yourself.
Be
because
free.
It's the key. That's it. Be free.
Yes. Sis, do you find that the key to your freedom is in performing, is in writing, is in your gift? Or where would you say that you find your freedom from?
I find my freedom from truly expressing everything that's inside of me, whether it's through words, whether it's through writing, and being able to comfortably express that. That's where I truly find freedom. And for me, first of all, I find freedom in Christ. I'm a strong believer, and through that, I'm able to do anything. Through that, I'm able to achieve my highest dreams. I'm able to develop my gift. And that's where I truly find freedom, because it gives, for me, the Lord gives me the strength. The Lord gives me encouragement to be able to develop the gift inside of me. And
Absolutely.
it's not just for me, it's for me to use and just spread. And I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed that I'm able to write and perform. So it's
Yeah.
like the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Absolutely. If it were not for writing and if it were not for poetry, we wouldn't know each other. Like,
Exactly.
what worlds would we have
Yes.
met? You know what I mean? And so I always acknowledge and I thank poetry for opening so many doors and creating so many
Yeah.
spaces for me to walk into and meeting new, amazing people like yourself. Steph, I cannot thank you enough. I'm humbled to know you. I'm humbled to be witness to the power that you exude when you perform, right? When you walk forth in exactly who you are. And I cannot be more grateful for you. Thank you so much for
Thank
gracing the Women
you.
in Words stage.
Thank you for
Please let everybody
inviting
know
me.
where they can find you and where they can follow your work.
You can follow me on Instagram at Stephanie Ampofo, on Facebook, Stephanie Ampofo, YouTube, Stephanie Ampofo. Follow me and let's stay connected. It's been amazing, and thank you for putting this together, connecting other
Of course.
beautiful Black women. It's powerful, and you're doing amazing. Keep it
Thank
up,
you.
sis. Love
Thank
you
you.
so
Thank you. Thank you.
much.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
All right,
joining us.
no
All right.
worries.
We hope you stay. We hope you stay for the rest of the event, but I
I
know it's
will
late over there.
do.
Okay. All
Take care.
right. Thanks, Steph.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, y'all. What did y'all think of Steph? Like, these are the women that I am just encountering through this like poetry journey. Like, Steph is just incredibly beautiful. Her spirit is just so warm and so welcoming. And her art, as y'all just saw, right, is just powerful and amazing. And I cannot be more humbled and more grateful for you, Steph. Thank you so, so much for joining the Women in Words stage. We have another poet gracing the stage. I hope y'all are settling in. I hope you have your glasses of wine or your cups of tea or your bottles of water or whatever you need, right? To, welcome the Valentine's Day celebration coming up this weekend a little bit more. Please share this event with other people. Let them know that there's some artists, some Black women artists performing up in here, okay? That's the best way, y'all, to support Black voices during Black History Month. I swear, artists do not want much. The only thing we want is your support. And it's not always in finances. Sometimes it's in a like. Sometimes it's in a comment, in the sharing of an event that's going on, right? In the sharing of a work or a referral, right? All of this is a way that you can support a Black voice, a Black business, a Black artist, Black creative, any of those. So thank y'all so much for jumping in and for joining us. The next poet is coming up to the stage. Danielle, Nell, Horton. I hope you are in this IG live right now. We cannot wait to hear you, sis. Danielle Horton is a writer, a poet, an enthusiast, an earring enthusiast, and lover of just dope scarves. Okay, Danielle. Danielle was born and raised in Flint, Michigan. She believes in the power of creative storytelling and its ability to transform hearts, assist in one's healing process, and foster meaningful exchange and dialogue across society's most pressing issues. A graduate of Central Michigan University, she has earned her bachelor's degree in communication with double minors in theater and entrepreneurship. She enjoys creating spaces where people can come together and share who they are via their craft or their creativity. Living passionately and authentically, she inspires others to do the same. Danielle also has a book, y'all. Okay, like, sis is published. All right, she has a book and it's titled Get Free, which I think is interesting because we just said that phrase with Stephanie's poem. And Get Free is set to release this year. Hopefully she can tell us a little bit more about it. But Danielle, I hope you are in here. I'm going to try to find you. Let's see, y'all. Give me 1 second to bring Danielle up to the stage. Which, by the way, y'all, I've never been on IG Live. This is like my first time. Hey, girl, what's
Hey.
up? Hey, Nell. Oh,
Hey.
really? 20 with the braids right now? What's going on?
Yeah. Okay.
Hello?
I wish you could
Hello?
see it.
Let's
I'm
go.
feeling good, yo.
I can't deal. Danielle, it's so good to see your face, to have you in Women in Words. Thank you so, so much for joining. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. A little nervous, but I'm hyped because poetry, like y'all said before, is my love language. It's my safe space. So
Hello. That's what I be trying to tell. You know, I be really trying to tell people, like, poetry is really where it's at. Danielle, if you could choose a color that describes how you are feeling today, what color would you choose?
I'm gonna say sky blue because that's my favorite color.
Okay,
So
we go with blue. Blue is
calm
blue.
and collected, but it's a little spicy too.
Okay. I'll take the spice. I will take the spice, Danielle. I'm loving the energy you are giving me. Thank you so, so much for joining us. I'm so excited to have you, Danielle, because we got recently connected through a mutual friend of ours,
Yes.
who is in the comments, I think. It's Afronomics, okay? Oh my goodness. We got connected through a mutual friend and just had the most amazing conversation recently. Danielle, you have no idea, but that conversation opened a lot up for me, unlocked a lot for me, right? Like, you thought that you were connecting with me so that I could give you something, but you gave me a lot, sis. So thank you so much for that conversation and for just joining us today. The floor is yours.
All right. So I have 3 pieces for y'all. And if you love what you hear, you can follow me on all social media at Poetry by Nell. And like Cynthia did say, I do have a book coming out really, really soon. Okay, sooner than you think.
Let's go.
So I'm gonna spit these poems, and hopefully you just can support me from here on out. 7 ways my love is stronger. My love heals. Be trauma transformed.
Come on.
Be hugs and kisses. Ice to bruises. Band-aids over scrapes. My love be homemade. My love ages like wine and wisdom. Grows like generational wealth and flows like the blood between us. My love nourishes.
Come on, sis.
Be a nipple to a baby. It soothes. My love be bold. Be loud. Be in your face. My love is not afraid of you.
Come on.
It ain't going nowhere.
Come on.
My love is grounded.
Okay.
Rooted in my mother's love, and my grandma's love, and my grandpa's love, and they mama love, and they mama's love. My love is warm. Be all you need on winter nights. Be fire in fireplace. Be fresh breakfast in the mornings. Be a made up bed. Be a clean house. My love is home. My love be holy. Agape. My love is godly. Sacrificial. My love has no name. It just is.
Come on.
It just be stronger.
Yeah, y'all. We warming up the event up in this mug, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, Danielle.
Thank you.
Kill it, sis. Eat, sis. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we ready.
Absolutely.
So whatever you got for us, we ready.
This piece is the things I know for sure. I know love. I know it exists. I know the moments I yearn for it, like blankets in winter. I picture it pink and pretty, red and bold, a palette of Crayola crayons drawing butterflies inside me. I know there are shades of love that life still has to show me. I know history. It's grandma's soft hands collecting my cotton-like hair and molding it into something beautiful. It's the softness for me.
Yeah.
How they beat and endured decades of labor.
Yeah.
Acres of field.
Yeah.
Cook for bellies that did not belong to her and still find grace in everything she touches. I know softness. I know release. I know forehead kisses and nosy with my baby nephew.
Yeah.
I know joy. I call her my sister. Her laughter be round and infectious.
Oh.
She gleams and walks like pain has no home there. And when she sings, sound cradles her vocal cords as if thanking them, thanking her for giving them the opportunity to be seen. I know movement And when the beat drops, her and I are in sync and we dance and let our bodies have fun with language. I know stillness. I know stillness. He's my best friend, a man of little words, but those words are always what I need. Relax, he says, and done is the deed. I know courage.
Yeah.
It's everything poetry has taught me.
Yeah.
It's sharing my truth regardless.
Yeah.
It's speaking up when I am scared. It's being blackety black in this cruel world. I know that I am beautiful. Even on the days when I feel like I am not. I know that I have accomplished a lot.
Come on.
Even on the days when I feel like I haven't.
Yeah.
I know abundance is knowing that I will never need for anything. I know God. He's the rising of the sun each day. He's the fire I feel in my belly. The voice I hear inside my head.
Come on.
The guiding force in my pen. And I thank him for all the things that I know. And I thank him even more for all the things he is still teaching me. That's that piece. And I have one more piece, y'all. It's one of my most favorite pieces to perform.
Danielle, wait. We need to breathe. Can we just
Yeah.
I need to breathe after that poem, right? Like I need a sigh before you go into your next fire piece. What? You just spoke to me.
Yeah.
Okay? You just said my story. So thank you so much, sis. Let's breathe, y'all. Let's take a quick little breath, okay? I hope you see the comments going haywire right now for you, sis. But you are killing it. You are walking in your purpose, okay? All right, go ahead, Danielle. Go ahead.
Yes. So this is the last piece. It's one of my most favorite pieces to perform. It's actually in my upcoming book called Get Free.
Okay.
So if y'all could just be with me and be with me and just continue to get free with me, y'all. I swear poetry is my love language. This is really healing for me.
Yeah.
If it's doing anything for y'all, it's definitely doing something for me. So here's letter to my future daughter.
Okay.
My mama always told me I was beautiful. Say my smile, big.
Okay.
Cheeks full of buoyancy. Skin soft as baby. Reminded me of my intelligence every day. Say I look like her. Looks me up and down and says I look more and more like her the older I get. But today I looked in the mirror and saw an abandoned city. I couldn't see the value in it anymore. Like the world done sucked all the life out of me. Society has a way of doing that. Will be your best friend one day and your worst enemy the next. To my future daughter, I apologize. But there may be days when I am unable to be your bulletproof vest. Society may get to you sooner than I can. It won't always know how to appreciate your mahogany rich skin will remind you through movies, music, and the news that this world is better off without you. That will tell you that your refusal to back down is arrogance, is loud, is aggressive, not courageous or bold. That will tell you that your God-given curves are a curse, will label you exotic, and in the same breath praise the Kardashians.
Come on.
That will look at your hair as unprofessional, will say that it is too big, that there is too much kink. Understand? Their character has always been full of kinks. They will reduce you to a sliver in the beauty aisle, or no aisle at all, but know that your hair is still beautiful. You are still beautiful to my future daughter. I apologize. But there may be days when I am unable to be your bulletproof vest. Society may pull the trigger sooner than I can get to you. Sandra Bland you, Renisha McBride you. You will question what justice looks like. if it shares your skin, if it has your hair, if it says your name, or if its voice is just a whisper. I hope you never have to experience your voice being a whisper. I hope your voice never becomes a whisper. I hope you remember every I love you I ever give, every hug, every joke we ever share.
Yeah.
I hope you remember how proud I am when I say you get your looks from me. I hope you never have to look in the mirror and see an abandoned city to my future daughter. Society's love will be inconsistent, but mine will not. You are my favorite word.
Come on.
My favorite phrase.
Yes.
Song and poem. And though society may not remind you, like a failed alarm, a broken clock, time allows for change. For even the most tattered to become new again, the most bitter to become sweet, and I'll be with you through it all. The evolution of society, the revolution you find within yourself, until you make home in your reflection. Call it majestic. Call it unbreakable. Call it you. Fall in love with all of you. Until that abandoned city becomes full of life, full of hope. Jesus. And you remember that you have always been, always been enough.
Oh my goodness. Danielle, I literally hold my breath when you perform. Like, it's like I'm trying to anticipate what you're about to say, but I really don't know until it hit me. Like, I just don't. Sis, please never let your pen dry. I think I am speaking for everyone in the comment section when I say, never stop writing. Please keep walking forth in your gifts. We feel you. We see you. We are incredibly blessed to hear your words. All of it. Like, I think I'm actually speechless. But please, 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 y'all, plug in to Danielle. Please follow her on socials. Danielle, please shout out every single thing that you have to shout out right now.
Thank you so much. Follow me on all social media at Poetry by Nell. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for just providing this space. Oh, Black women have raised me, and so today this space was for them. I just wanted to give honor to all the Black women that raised me. And all the Black women that continue to support me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Are you kidding me? Thank you for joining us. I had a quote for every single Black woman that graced the virtual stage. I'm just speechless. Your quote, your quote is, "You must be unintimidated by your own thoughts. Because if you write with someone looking over your shoulder, you will never write." And that is a quote by Nikki Giovanni. Please, please, can I get some like virtual snaps, some like claps and stuff in the comments for Danielle? Danielle, thank you so much, sis. I cannot thank you enough.
Thank you.
I hope you stick around for the rest of the event.
Yes. Bye, y'all.
Bye, Danielle. Y'all, I gotta breathe. Like, I don't even. What? Do y'all know that we just witnessed greatness? Okay, like, please, please plug into Danielle. Please follow her. Please support her in any way that you can. Please buy her book. Please give her a follow on social media. Please comment on all of her posts and let her know that she was amazing at Women in Words tonight. Danielle, I'm so grateful to know you, so grateful to have met you, even though I met you recently. Like I said, sis, please keep walking forth in your purpose. I need to take a breath, y'all. I need a swig of water before we go into the next poll. We need to breathe. Can we all breathe together? Let's all breathe together, because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. Poetry is beautiful, y'all. Okay, so we are keeping this thing going. We are moving into the next poet. It is 7:45 and we are behind time, but it's because we've been listening to some good poetry. If you just entered the room, Let me reset the room, like they say on Clubhouse. Let me reset the room. If you have just entered the room, thank you so much for joining us at Women in Words 2021. We are just some Black women, creative artists, sister poets who are joining together and just reciting poetry, saying some poems for you all. So let's move into the next poet. The next poet is Efua Ansong. Efua is a scholar and an artist currently pursuing a PhD in English literature at the University of Rhode Island. Y'all just said PhD. Okay, can we plug into that word? I just said PhD. Her work interrogates representations of Black female subjectives in African diaspora literature. She is currently working on a collection of poems about the material culture and poetic elements of the Adinkra symbols from Ghana. More of her work is found at efuaansong.com. So I am going to find Efua while we all settle in. Let's settle in. Let's get ready for Efua. Man, I don't even know, y'all. I still can't breathe. Like, I don't know what to do with myself. I got to take some deep sighs here. Okay, Efua, here you go. Send requests. I hope you in here, sis. I cannot wait to see you. We ready for you. It says waiting for Efua right now.
Hey.
Hey, sis, what's up?
You know I had to represent.
Listen, thank you for the representation. Okay?
You did me wrong. Can I say though, like, I've been looking at all these women and they're so beautiful and they're just like so eloquent. And I'm just gonna be reading from a book. So
excuse me, listen to me when I say this. We all have different gifts, right? God has blessed us with different gifts. But I want to affirm you, sis, and let you know that you are equally as beautiful, that you are equally as talented, and that we are equally as excited to hear your work, right? Because I truly believe that there are things in your work that I can never access because I was never given, right? That gift. So I'm just incredibly honored and humbled to hear your work, to get to know you a little bit more. So if you want to introduce yourself or if you want to introduce your poems, go ahead, sis. The floor is yours.
I love your energy, and I love everything that's been read so far by Danielle and Stephanie. So I like to write a lot of poems that remind me about Ghana. I left Ghana when I was 12, and New York seems so different to me, and so I like to record moments and places that I would like to return to in imagination. But before I get to my poem, I want to read a poem by Gwendolyn Brooks, and she's one of my favorites. And since we're in the season of love, to be in love. To be in love. To be in love is to touch things with a lighter hand. In yourself you stretch, you are well. You look at things through his eyes. A cardinal is red, a sky is blue. Suddenly you know he knows too. He is not there, but you know you are tasting together the winter or light spring weather. His hand to take your hand is over much, too much to bear. You cannot look in his eyes because your pulse must not say what must not be said. When he shuts a door, is not there, your arms are water. And you are free with a ghastly freedom. You are the beautiful half of a golden hurt. You remember and covet his mouth to touch, to whisper on. Oh, when to declare is certain death. Oh, when to apprise is to mesmerize. The sea fall down the column of gold into the commonest ash.
Ah, my goodness.
She's good. She's like really good. She's like goals, like poetry goals.
Yes. What's that line? What's the line again? Is it my arms are water or my arms are like water? Jeez.
That's like one of those good lines you want to get in a poem and then be like, I wrote that. You know?
And it just hits you too.
I'm gonna read a poem I titled Peace FM. I don't know if any of you who are from Ghana remember Peace FM 103.
Some of us know.
I'm going real back to Ghana. And my grandma used to listen to that radio station because she couldn't speak English. And that was like one of the only stations that spoke Tree. And so I began to learn, and I loved that station. But then sometimes I wanted to listen to some R&B and hip hop, and she could hear the sound would change to English, and she'd be like, Ifya, I didn't know this is a channel, no, right? Like asking me why have I changed it, right? And so I grew up with my grandmother, and so I think about her a lot.
Yeah.
Peace FM 104.3 for Abena and Chiwa. My grandmother wakes at 4:30 a.m. and walks to the living room to tune the radio my mother bought her from America. At 4:40 a.m., she turns the gray knob until she becomes one with sound. She hates to taste English words. Peace FM echoes only Tree, which pleases her ears, words that pour out and dissolve on the tongue as honey in warm milk. The deep-throated preacher man vibrates through the airwaves. He prophesies healing, prompts listeners to chase the devil out of their bodies. My grandmother holds her right knee and touches the radio as if he spoke only to her. She repeats the prayer in Tree. In Jesus' name, I am healed. Her faith dries thin. She abandons the preacher for the kitchen, leaving the door open, hoping to be touched by an amen or another song. In her plastic chair, green as the fleshy leaves of an onion, she considers a meal for her household. She's called to her pantry by ginger, dried red peppers, grains of paradise. She complains about puna, the imposter yams pretending to be sweet. The pawpaw trees exhale wind into the fiery space. At 2 p.m., the spins of the fan begin to slow. The television snaps into dark, the voices from the radio stolen away. She thinks she has lost her own body's tune and laments the curse of the wind. Should I read another poem, or is that?
Wait, we need to challenge sometimes because we do the poem, I can't breathe. So sometimes I need to breathe. So
Okay. Breathe.
Yo, incredible. I find myself relating to your poetry a lot, sis. I feel like most of the poems in my thesis when I was in my MFA program is poetry when I went back home, right? Like when I was home about my grandmother. Like it was just so like all of my relationships with my family members. So that just brought me back for sure to my thesis. Thank you so much for reminding me too of some different things like you know, like the food we eat, different colors, like,
I like food, so food got to be in all my poems.
Okay. Sorry, I just had to say that.
No, thank you.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going to read one more poem, and this is called Egypt. I'm an educator, and so many of my summer jobs involve me working with students of all ages. And one time I worked in the Bronx with these students who were challenging. They challenged me.
Shout out to the educators.
And then one of them was named Egypt. And I found that to be very interesting, that a lot of African Americans seek to be reminded of their ancestry and would name themselves after, you know, a country in Africa. And I went along with it, and it's one of my favorite poems. Egypt. Egypt has a twin, and I hope her name is not Ethiopia, or else I would have to call on powers that name things and ask why she gave a girl with so much attitude in her chin a name the Black Sea adored. I see the way she's showing off her belly ring and the way Lydia has been looking at her butt like she wants to be one of those guys that grabs it and squeezes until Egypt giggles with the laughter that shows she's pleasured and wants to continue in a private location. Me? I don't bother lifting up my eyes from this round pizza to see why they are twerking on each other. But I know when Khartoum walks in, Lydia will walk away so Egypt can fight her own battles. I remember what Mr. Chad said about the ancient Egyptians, how they like to hold on to the dead, how they embalm their queens with perseverance.
Yeah.
I tell myself that Egypt wouldn't survive. Her body would rot from Lydia's noxious love.
Yes, sis. Oh my goodness. I feel like, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you live a lot in the literary educational spaces, right?
Yes.
You are a writer, of course, right? But
yes.
then you also are working on your PhD.
Oh my gosh. So I find that it's a very different community coming from the MFA program and into a PhD program where you're reading a lot more and you're spending a lot more time with the works of other poets than yourself. And so when you return to yourself, you're trying to find your own sound. And it could be challenging, but that's what pushes you to say, I want to sound like a Fee. I don't want to sound like Brooks. I don't want to sound like, Lord, who's amazing, right? But it's just a different space, and I like it. I'm learning to grow into it, and my goal is to be a performance poet.
You are though. No, you are.
No. Like,
you just performed. Chale. You just performed.
To be like you, sis. That's goals.
You just did it.
Goals. I love you, and I love your work so much.
Of course. Y'all, please plug in. Please plug into my sis. If I please drop all your socials or tell us please where.
Yes. So on my website you can find links to my new books that are out, which is just AFUANSONG.
Book? Did I hear book?
Sis, I said books.
Okay, sis.
And I know you got something coming out too. I'm watching out for that. And on Twitter is at A4_Ansong. On Instagram it's the same. On Facebook it's the same. And I would love to hear from you all.
Of course. I have been leaving every Black women poet who graces the stage with a quote. I've been leaving you with a quote that I believe embodies you, embodies your work. Your quote, sis, is, I'm a firm believer that language and how we use language determines how we act. And how we act then determines our lives and other people's lives. That is a quote by Ntozake Shange. And
I love her work.
Yes. Amazing, right? Yeah. Amazing. So thank you so much, sis, for joining us. Thank you for sharing your work with us. I feel like I have to call you, and I feel like we need to just talk, right?
We do.
So I'm going to call you. We're going to talk, and we're going to connect further. Thank you so much, Ifwa, for joining us and for agreeing to be a part. Y'all, please plug into Ifwa, please. All right. Thank you, sis. Y'all, like, we've only met 3 poets, I think, right? 1, 2, 3. Yes, we've only met 3 poets. And I can't breathe. Like, I literally feel like I need to take a walk. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I just need to digest everything that I've heard tonight. Thank y'all so much for staying on. For those who have been on since the beginning of the event, thank y'all so much for joining us. For those who are just joining us, welcome to Women in Words 2021. We are a group of Black women, poets, friends, sisters, who are just joining together tonight and celebrating poetry, especially the poetry of Black women voices, with it being Black History Month and Valentine's Day being right around the corner. Thought we'd do, an all-woman poetry showcase. So thank y'all so much for joining us and for commenting, for engaging all of this beautiful, beautiful love in the room. We genuinely appreciate it. I was saying earlier that the best way that you can support a Black artist, a Black woman artist, is really just by plugging into their work, right? By referring them, by liking a post that they might share on social media, by commenting and engaging with their work in any kind of way. So please keep this in mind, y'all, because these poets are not being paid, by the way. Okay, like, they are just jumping on and supporting the event, letting y'all know who they are and just speaking, right? Introducing y'all to their work. So thank y'all so much for plugging in and for joining us. Please share this event with other people so they can come in, because we have one more half of the event to go. We actually have 2 more poets joining us. Y'all, I need let me just This is really good. This is really, really good. This is really, really good. Yeah, this is really, really good. Okay, so the next poet we have coming to the stage is a beautiful, amazing sister friend of mine by the name of Danny Ruth. I'm going to read Danny Ruth's bio. Danny Ruth is a poet and a writer from Washington, D.C. She earned her MFA from the New School, where I got my MFA. That's where I met Danny in my MFA program, and a BA from St. John's University. Her work has been featured in Toho Journal, The Inquisitive Eater, and Queen's English.mp3. Her chapbook, Inside the Orb of an Oracle, is a 2019 Summertide Pool chapbook selection for C&R Press. She's currently based in Brooklyn, New York, and Danny is an amazing, amazing poet. Let me find Danny. Danny, I hope you in here, girl. Okay, I hope you can join us tonight, girl. Let me go ahead and find you. You guys, I was mentioning earlier that I've never been on IG Live, like as in had my own event on IG Live. I've never had that. But we are figuring it all out. Hey girl, what's up?
How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Danny. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course,
We're so excited to have you and to hear your work. Danny, if you were to choose a color that describes how you are feeling right now or today in general, what color would you choose?
It would have to be orange. I'm feeling orange today. I'm feeling bright. I'm feeling vibrant. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling blessed. I'm so thankful to be here, alive and well. So
I love it.
Orange today.
I love it. I love it, sis. I love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. The stage is yours. We are excited to hear you.
All right. So I also wanted to start with a quote from Octavia Butler. Okay. And I'm also going to be reading from my book today.
Yes, book
as well.
Yes, book.
But yeah, this quote is from Octavia Butler.
Okay.
All that you touch, you change.
Yeah.
All that you change changes you.
Yeah.
The only lasting truth is change.
Yeah.
God is change.
Yeah. Come on. Come on. That just set the mood.
Thank you. So I'm going to start with a few short haikus that are paying honor and reverence to some matriarchs who have passed on.
Okay.
Aunt Mary, her smile lines, smooth skin, mahogany eyes, crescent moon, mothering sky. Aunt Melinda, my mother's sister. 9 years separated them, but her hugs warmed me. Adeyenke Cynthia, if it isn't nice and necessary, it does not need to be said.
Come on.
Aunt Monique, present at Christmas. She died before New Year's Eve. Gradually, we grieve. Big Mama, petite, spicy, sweet. Big, meaning matriarch of our whole family. Grandma Jessie, fresh manicure, helped raise the neighborhood children and 4 of her own. I'll read one more, I think.
Okay.
Miss Battles, I remember her stories, songs, laugh, my treasured teacher. Could have been my aunt, sister, friend to my mom, but she died too soon, so I imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Danny, is it weird or do you find it different to write in short form in that sort of haiku form?
For the content that I was writing, I really needed to be able to contain the feeling for each individual. So I typically don't use form, but using haiku kind of helped me heal a bit and kind of, contain the feelings that I had for these beautiful women. There are some men in the book as well, but I wanted to pay homage to some Black women in my life today. But yeah, it isn't weird, but it is challenging at times to be able to contain it in a poem that short. And a lot of times those haikus became larger works because I'm, processing and healing. So
of course, I love that. Definitely.
Thank you, girl.
Of course.
So I'll read something new right quick that I'm working through. I say it's the Ars Poetica, meaning that it is a tribute to poetry. It is a tribute to the process of writing poetry. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy.
Okay. We ready.
The great-great-grandmother sage is sewing in the most intricate weave. This earth is so tender-headed. She contains the uncontainable. She can feel rage and be still, stoic even, threaded as if she were alive, crawling off the page into your ear, infiltrating your mind. Meanwhile, I'm unfolding, retwisting mine, wrapping a bow on a moment of your time. You are moving about my unpacking. Yes, my guts are over there to your left. The page, I'm taking a shit and you're experiencing the safe space for release. Unraveling, babbling to self-inflicted wounds. I mold, I mend, blend in a message like the mailman from Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Poetry helps me heal sometimes. Reminds me of listening to my dad read bedtime stories. My body is ready for rest. He is on his knees with us, baritone leading our prayers, goodnight kisses, unless he had shift work. I'm in fog. The light from the hallway, the shadows, the creak of the hardwood floor, a morning kiss on my cheek, the top bunk, ceiling fan, gently rocking. I'm half asleep. Remember to plan a stopping point when writing about trauma. I forgot to set a timer and I'm here again with indecision. Does my body need more emptying, more purging, more piecing together the chain of events, their significance, the numerics, heuristics, hysterics? Be still. Don't move an inch. You are stillness now, bound by earth's moving. Imagine yourself atop the highest mountain, sealed in the soul of a cloud. Look down. Even the soil must prepare to surrender to the seed. Embody me, everlasting nourishment, almighty cleanser. Be fluid as the water in your veins.
Come on. Danny, I hear so much healing in your poetry. Right? Like, and I mean, you said it right before you went in, but like, I just hear it and feel it so much. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
You have one more for us?
I'll do one more. This piece is dedicated to another sister who's passed on. It started out as a haiku and I could not contain it, so here it is. It's called And Carrying. And carrying the autumn sunrise with me. Light slices the gray tiles, and I am browsing morning emails. WTOP News, and a name I remember, assuming she has done something monumental this morning. Crept up the World Wide Web, sensitive content, my head is cocked, and I'm watching a scene on a crowded Miami street. A vehicle is independent, holding a passenger, and she is carried in the driver's seat. The vehicle collides with bodies, street signs, screams, and gunfire before the final swerve. A wall unfolds, Carrie Ann's body from Carrie Ann's soul. Days after her 22nd birthday, sweet suburban girl shot and killed by police while driving her car. Drunk, her sweetness was brown skin like her future, soil underground. I am soaked. Sweat and tears sliding down my World Wide Web. Clickbait awakened the autumn sun inside of me. Chunky lava at the pit of my stomach. Reflecting from my phone screen. Light creeps through the cracked screen protector of the winds. Protector of the winds. Protector of the winds changed her. Her fate fatal. I flush and realize I will always be carrying. Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia.
Danny, I feel like you're just calming and like really soothing for me, right? Like I was telling one of the other poets earlier that like you know, for the things that I do not know how to do. A sister, friend, poet of mine might introduce me to it, or might help me feel it or see it, or you know what I mean? And so thank you so much for your gift and for walking forth in it. I have been leaving every poet with a quote. Girl, I got you, right? I got you. Your quote reads, Danny, no Black women writer in this culture can write too much. Indeed, no woman writer can write too much. No woman has ever written enough. And that is a quote by Bell Hooks.
I love that,
you,
Cynthia.
okay?
Thank you.
That's for you, sis. Please take that with you. Please walk forth in that. Please let everybody know where they can follow you and where they can
follow me _Danny Ruth, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you want a copy of Inside the Orb of an Oracle, you can click the link in my bio and get it there. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Cynthia.
Yes, of course, Danny. I love you.
Peace,
I
love.
will definitely connect with you soon.
For sure.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Y'all, there's a lot going on. Okay. There is a lot going on this evening. I've been trying to gather myself. Okay, I just did something to the IG Live. I don't know. I've been trying to gather myself from hearing all of this poetry tonight. Every single poet that has hit the virtual stage, has made me feel an unnamed thing, has made me feel something different. So again, I cannot thank y'all enough for joining me. I'm gonna reset the room, like they say on Clubhouse, one more time. Y'all, welcome to Women in Words 2021. We are a group of Black women poets who are celebrating ourselves, are celebrating our voices, our artistry, our creativity, and just walking forth in our gifts. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Please share this event with others so that they can hop in, join us, support artists, and support Black women voices in the space of Black History Month, as well as Valentine's Day coming around the corner. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. We have come to the end of our event. We have one more poet left for y'all, and then I'm gonna wrap up with a few more poems before we all wave goodbye. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I gotta go in a second because, you know, this ring light, I'm melting under this ring light, you know what I mean? I was trying to be cute today, but I couldn't really figure it out. So we got one more poet. I'm gonna perform a couple more poems, and then we're gonna wrap it up for the day. Thank y'all so much. For those of y'all who have been sticking with us and sticking around, this has been a great evening thus far. Our next poet is the beautiful, the greatest, Claudia Owusu. Claudia Owusu is a Ghanaian American writer and filmmaker based in Columbus, Ohio. She writes from these two liminal spaces, internally and externally, trying to make sense of them. She believes in the beauty of community and the intimate stories we share when we think no one is listening. Her work has appeared in Vogue magazine. Y'all, I just said Vogue. Clock House magazine, Quiz and Quill literary magazine, What's Good, Black, 20.35 African contemporary poetry through brittle paper, and Ohio's Best Emerging Poets 2017 and 2018. Her short films, on the other hand, have screened at the Black Femme Supremacy Film Festival, Ohio Shorts Film Festival, and the No Evil Eye Cinema. Y'all are being joined by a storyteller, a poet, as well as a filmmaker. Claudia, I think you're so dope. Please be ready, Chale, because we are keeping things going. We are just rolling here. We are rolling. Claudia, I just sent you your request. Please join us, sis. Hey, girl, what's that?
Hi.
What is up, Claudia? What do you think about what's been happening on this live today? Like, what's going on?
I've been here just like looking and like listening.
Girl.
And literally, like, when Afua went, I was just like, Afua, just repeat that last line again for me. Just say it one more time.
Yes.
Please.
Yes, Claudia. Thank you so much for joining in, for hopping into the live, for joining us, sis. I so admire your work.
I admire you.
Let me just let you know that first. Like, I admire just your writing ability. And then I'm thrown for a loop every time I see your film work as well.
Thank you.
It's just incredibly beautiful. So please introduce yourself or introduce your poems any way that you would like, and then enter into whatever you want to read for us tonight.
Of course. Well, first and foremost, thank you for curating this space. I feel like I need this, you know what I mean? I needed to be here as a listener, just like taking in the work of other amazing Black women poets and storytellers. I'm a writer and a filmmaker, and lately I've been thinking a lot about like rememory and how Black women occupy space and the kind of things that we hold on to, right? And so a lot of my poems basically talk a lot about Ghana. They talk about grief. They talk about remembrance, remembering, pain, shame, all of the above, you know, all these human feelings, I guess. But my first poem is called Here is a Poem for Sister Ife and Her Sister. And it's about this woman who owned a bar on my street when I was younger, when I lived in Taifa. And I was just trying to like find out a way to archive them, I guess, like in my memories. Here is a poem for Sister Ife and her sister. For the men in the neighborhood who feared them. For the thief they once dragged through the bending dirt roads of Taifa, singing a song of repentance while they clapped along. For their booming voices, bending low to greet my 3-year-old cousin on our front stoop. For the crate of Coke they gifted my grandmother on Christmas Day. A poem for their bar, where grown men turned shy dogs and beckoning hands knew better. For the loud music, marking the small space between when the morning began and the night ended. A poem for the dangling curtains drawn behind men at the close of day. For Sister Ife's slow walk by our house. A poem for what the neighborhood said, and for what my 7-year-old mind believed. For her calloused hands, rubbing my cousin's small cheeks. For the thieves' ringing cry and soiled clothes. For the candy in her back pocket and the cigarette on her breath. For the candy in her back pocket and the cigarette on her breath. For the thief singing me a crown fault while they ushered him through the blazing sun. For the candy going crack in my jaw. For Sister Ife's eyes and the hand she ran through my hair. For her strong arms waving, and for the song she carried with her into the darkening night.
Oh my God! My head is literally going to explode. I don't think I can say, Claudia, I do not think I can process the poems as quickly as they're coming to me. Like, I feel, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I needed to take a breath or like to sit for a second after the poem is over. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Your incredible attention to detail and to storytelling in that piece definitely emerged for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And for my next, I have 3 more pieces. Okay. But this piece is called Drown or Drought. And again, it's about Taifa and growing up in Taifa. Drown or Drought. In Taifa, pea-stained bedsheets hung out on the line for the world to see. We spent our school break waiting for rain and then waiting for a ride to the beach. When the rain came first, we ran out in herds to retrieve the clothes from the line. And then we built a well. We descended into its mouth, pulled up rainwater by the buckets, and heaven really was the little circle of sky that blinded. The echo of our voices slapped together with laughter. Even when our toes were thick with grime, even when mud lotioned our forearms like a second skin.
Metaphors.
Yes, sis. Metaphors are our friends.
It's just smacking me like as you're talking.
Thank you.
Okay, let's keep it going.
Okay. Third poem is a poem about imploring. Okay. A poem about imploring. Let me meet the ray of sunshine, bright twinkling copper penny. Let my palms be cool earth, open and receiving. Let everything taste sweet in my mother's arms. May nothing feel like hard work. Not this language, not a man,
Yeah.
Not a song.
Yeah.
Not a poem. Not the sky. A cloud of smoke. Oh, what mercy. The blessing of rain against my firm upper lip.
Oh. Are they all short, Claudia?
They are all short. I've been writing.
Yeah. Why? Was that intentional? Like, why are they?
I think it just feels like I'm done in a way.
Yeah.
Or like they're all drafts so far, and so in my writing process, that's just sort of like where it lands.
Okay.
And I've been spending a lot of time away from them in hopes of like coming back to them to see what happens like in between.
Yeah.
If they are longer, if they're not. And I think too with like remembrance or like rememory, you like remember things in pieces.
Absolutely.
And so sometimes I think that may be why like they're so short, because the memories are like specific in my past, which is like dwindling as well in a way. But yeah.
So do you feel like once you walk away from the poem that you can never return to it and never add anything back to it? Is that what I'm hearing?
I definitely think I can add to it. I think just in this time right now, I've been writing more like screenplays. So I've been doing less like poetry and like essays.
Okay.
So I think like poetry kind of feels like math to me right now. Like, dang, like what do I add and subtract and like divide? You know what I mean? And so I'm just sort of like living other experiences so that I can come back with like fresh new eyes, I guess. By the grace of God, something else works out on the page. But yeah, so that's sort of where I've been. But in the past fall-ish, late summer, I've also just been thinking a lot about grief. And so this last one is like the most recent piece that I've written.
Yeah.
All the rest are like from 2018 or from early in the summer. Okay. So this poem doesn't really have a title. It's just called Grief for now. Okay. All right. In Ohio, fall ushers everything to sleep before I'm fully ready. I tell myself that this too is a wilderness that God created, which is to say that I'm tired of hoping without seeing. How does a mouth form around His grace? I utter as a joke, God, why do you keep shutting the door in my face and then retract my words?
Come on.
My prayers are full of wants. They go, Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, followed by a weighted sigh. I want to believe that there's a table prepared for me, that somewhere around the corner, my long dead brother dribbles a basketball with a teasing smile and no bullet wound. But this table I have is heavy with rotting fruits and leans on an uneven leg. Here is fruit from my father's failed marriage, fruit for the pot burn on the kitchen counter, fruit for the aluminum foil in the microwave, for my brothers laughing at the blue flames. How do you forfeit a diseased tree? Oh, Father, if you're willing, yet my will, yet my will, yet my will. The air swarms with gnats and I can barely make out an exhale. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, this is how I have been holding my breath. This is how I have been holding it all together.
Okay. That's how you gonna do it? Okay.
That's how I'm gonna do it.
That's how you gonna do it. Okay. Claudia, how does your poetry and your writing inspire your film work? I have to breathe after that poem. How does it inspire your film work?
Yeah, I think I read like this essay about Toni Morrison in the summertime where she talks about how like images, like she approaches her writing by like thinking about an image and then sort of like unpacking whatever the image leads her to. So I think for me, like I'm really eager to like hold on to my memories just because sometimes I feel like I'm at odds with like time, you know what I mean? And so I'm like almost greedy. Yeah, like wanting to hold on to like what has happened to me. And I think like I'm always also like an observer in a way. So with film, I'm thinking about space and like how we occupy space, like who is hurting in this space, right? Or like who is the one doing the hurting, or like, you know, like what has happened after the hurt? Like what is the excess? Like what is the leftover thing? You know what I mean? The thing that we forget about, or like the thing that we say like after a conversation has like died down, like, you know, like those last like lingering words. So I'm always thinking about like the extra thing that's like left over, like in math again, like when you like the remainder and all that stuff. I don't know why like writing and math, or just like I suck at math, but I don't know why I'm like bringing in math right now, but yes. And so I think with film, I'm always thinking about like, you know, who is like advocating for like the Black women specifically, just because like I am a Black woman, and I think about advocacy a lot, whether it be like that the people in my life advocate for me and my advocating for myself, you know what I mean? So I think it's always a balance of those two. So for the past 3 years in film, I've been really focused on like Black women and like remembering and space and immigrantness and Blackness. So it all just sort of like is like a maze in a way, like a tangled up story almost. Yeah.
Sis, at one point in time, I was so afraid to be something other than a poet. Like, I was just like, no, I'm just a poet. Like, and let me just focus on this and refine this gift, right? Like, let me keep writing, let me keep performing. And so I am incredibly inspired by your ability to be multidisciplinary.
Thank you.
Disciplinary, right? To be more than one thing, and to just have that be okay. Like,
thank you.
To have whoever deal with it, right?
Yeah.
Walk forth in that and to have it be okay.
Yeah. And it took a while. It took a while, but thank God that I feel like comfortable in both now, and I don't feel like I have to be more one thing than the other, and vice versa. Yeah.
I love that. And I think when I experience your work, I am inspired and encouraged to walk forth in my other gifts, right? That God gave me, not just in poetry. Like, I'm good in so many other things, and I was just limiting myself, right? By just walking forth in poetry. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I just want to say thank you for curating the space. I'm so happy that like just the proximity to you, I think, has like really like pushed me forward in my life, Cynthia, because, you know, if the high school Claudia never saw you around Columbus, only God knows.
I love that.
For real. Seriously. So I think just like I'm really amazed by just like that proximity, and just like being able to observe your work and observe like who you are and who you've become, and just like your consistency and your passion and your heart. It's so inspiring, and I'm so grateful to just even know you and to share space with you. So thank you
so much, sis, because you have no idea. I was afraid. I was terrified every time I went to go and perform a poem. I was very, very scared. But no, it's good. It's so good to hear that from you, sis. And I cannot thank you enough. I've been leaving every Black woman with a quote by another Black woman. So let me hit you with your quote, sis. Let me give you your quote. Your quote is, "Many stories matter. Stories have been used to dispossess and to malign. But stories can also be used to empower and to humanize. Stories can break the dignity of a people, but stories can also repair that broken dignity." And that is a quote by our sis, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, okay?
Period.
So please walk forth in that. Please continue sharing your story and sharing the stories of so many other people. Thank you so much, Claudia, for joining us.
Thank you, Cynthia.
I cannot be grateful for you enough. I love you. Thank you.
I love you more. Thank you.
All right, Claudia. Bye.
Bye.
Y'all, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with myself? Because tonight has just been beautiful in ways that I cannot describe. Y'all know, for those of y'all who have tuned in all night, thank you so much for joining us at Women in Words 2021 virtual edition. This event has been incredibly healing for me, necessary for me in ways that I didn't even know I needed. Hello, I am so moved and so impacted to keep writing and to keep walking forth in my purpose. Though those women that joined us tonight, they are the reason why I write, right? Like, how do you not want to write if you are a poet? How do you not want to write after hearing that magnificent work tonight? Thank y'all so much for all the comments, for all the love and the support. Please make sure you are following these women on social media. Please make sure you are supporting a Black woman or supporting a Black voice, a Black business owner, a Black creative in Black History Month, but also like always, right? Like period. So I'm going to leave y'all with one more piece. I don't even know at this point what piece I should do, because those women, they just killed it. Wow, what piece am I gonna do? I'm going to do one more piece to close out the event, and then we are going to wave bye to each other. Thank you so much for joining us. This piece that I'm going to do is, it's entitled The Undying. It is a piece for Black women. This piece is for Black women. I hope that this piece memorializes this event. Also communicates to you the importance of celebrating Black women and celebrating Black women's voices, and it's entitled The Undying. I hope you all enjoy. Whew. Since the beginning of time, they lied. Said that woman is made for man. Said that woman is weak, be made of no backbone. Said woman depends on everyone else. Said she must stay inside her skin, the one that wears her like a plague. Said she must crow and cowl and crawl. But woman is not made for man. Woman is made for God. And so it seems no one talks about the rising, about the phoenix, the legend of the undying, how Black women, though bruised, are the only ones you can talk to about magic. How our resilience is bewitching, lionesses of our own calling, how our beating braids bend into themselves, unfolding and rising and falling like wildflower. How we butterfly our way onto the page, into courtrooms and stages and Johns Hopkins, float ourselves into resurrection. There is no red ribbon for our kind of resilience to make our names worthy of the sing. Our wounds, a constant rebirth, a restitching. You, darling, are a part of the undying. And isn't that beautiful? And so the next time someone says you be Black as something, tell them you be Black as woman. Black like the corners of a room, Black like God, Black as the king of Ashanti, Black as glimmering eyes, Black as a berry, Black as juice, Black as sweets, Black as autumn sky, Black as ebony, Black as undergrowth in a rainforest, Black as Asada, as Laima, as Maya, as Lupita, Black like Tony, like Belle, as Nikki, as Michelle. Black as Harriet's Black. Black like we don't know how to be anything else other than what we are called. Black as a woman. Today, you rise, you Black women, you undy. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for hopping into this event. I need a swig of water before I say my goodbyes. Thank you, y'all. Tonight has been beautiful in so many ways. Thank y'all so much for joining in, for celebrating and supporting a Black woman. Thank you so much to the women who joined me on the virtual stage. I am incredibly moved and inspired by your work. I cannot thank you enough. And I don't even know how to process all this, but I hope that you all have equally enjoyed the event tonight. Thank you. I'm seeing some amazing comments going up. Make sure that you are supporting the women who perform, supporting Black art, supporting Black creatives everywhere. Poetry is deeply important to me. It is my purpose, my gift, my reason for existing, my reason for being. So I hope that you joining into this event possibly, hopefully inspires you to walk forth also in your purpose. I hope you all enjoy the rest of Black History Month, that you enjoy Valentine's Day. And I cannot thank y'all enough. I'm so deeply grateful and deeply humbled. Yeah, y'all, tonight was good. And we just gonna end it there. Tonight was good. Stay tuned, y'all. Hopefully we can continue poetry events, but stay tuned for any other events that I announce, that I curate. And again, thank you to all the women that joined me. All right, y'all, have a good night. Bye.